Next up, we have our good friend Phil from Crestron. We've got a video from Crestron that we're going to run first, and after we run the video, we'll bring Phil on. We're going to see if we can keep Mike from getting too excited. He's so excited about Crestron. We're going to see if he or Phil is going to talk more, but we're going to start with the video first.
So we're gonna have Phil Thompson with Crestron, and he'll be talking a little bit about product. Hey Phil, how you doing, buddy? I believe they're still bringing him in right now, but I'm gonna have to control myself, and I have to tell everybody to slow me down.
Phil, we told Mike that you have to be allowed to talk. Mike gets so excited, but we want to hear from Phil, the man.
I was a bit worried that you were going to get confused between the accents with Michael Short if he was have to jump on here, so I thought I'd better get on.
No worries, Phil. We love you over here, buddy.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank
Phil,
you for coming.
you. Yeah, thanks for taking time out.
Great privilege.
Tell us how you got into this, Phil. Where'd you come from? How'd you land in Crestron?
How did I get into this world? Well, first, let me start off with saying, again, I appreciate you guys, founding this National Smart Home Day. I think it's a fantastic effort. It's desperately needed, right? Because this is starting to become probably the most attractive space with regards to this big IoT world. And I think that having, valued partners and manufacturers that all get on the same page and educate our end users about what this world is extremely important. So as you can tell, I am not American. Well, I guess as of about 18 months ago, I became an American citizen, but I grew up in New Zealand. I worked for a variety of software and hardware companies, eventually came to the States, worked for some very large conglomerates. I think we would have seen some news about Residio coming online or being turned into its own entity. I used to work for the mother company, Honeywell. And at which point in time I saw this amazing opportunity inside of this quote unquote smart home world. And I joined with Control 4, and then eventually after some move arounds with other companies, I ended up taking the reins with regards to the sales team for the residential business inside of Crestron.
I know you're here.
Yeah.
Tell us about.
So if you want to tell us about some, in the perspective of the homeowner, about how Crestron is in the resi world and what Crestron provides in value to a homeowner.
Sure. Well, I think my hat completely goes off to whoever inside of our team produced those amazing videos, because hopefully that answered a lot of questions on my behalf. But I really think that Crestron, as you would have seen on some of the on some of the footers and headers there, I mean, we really are the start to end solution when it comes to smart home technology. We've been in this world for about 47 years. We do, yes, a lot of business in the commercial world, but from a residential standpoint, our business has been growing significantly over the last few years. The reason behind that is obviously more and more end users are getting educated about smart home technology, but at the same time, we really need to help make those end users aware of what our technology can do. And when I say we're the true end-to-end solution, I mean everything from the cabling through to the back-end systems that go into your mechanical rooms, all the way through to the interface devices such as touch screens, remote controls, as well as realizing that we have some amazing partners. I just saw Samir in Tel Aviv. We have the ability to work with third parties such as Vitreya and Josh and others that have been on today. So it's a really exciting world for the end user to get educated about what smart home technology is.
So,
please,
some people. Are you there, Phil?
Yep, still here.
Oh, okay. So, Crestron, huge name. I mean, it's the Ferrari. We like to call it the Ferrari. We don't want to make you blush, but there's a recent product I've been hearing a lot about, and that's Ping. And I think that'd be a real big value to touch on that. While you have the homeowner.
Yeah, sure. So look,
You okay with that, Mike?
Look, we've
I have
done
a Ping
lot
system.
of,
I can't even lie.
look, and it's not a takeaway from our channel, right? I mean, one of the most important things that we've done, I think that I look at my business in three key areas. One is from a product standpoint, I want to be the best product humanly possible. So I heard you guys talking about attraction, not a distraction, I think was what I heard. And one of the things that Crestron has really prided itself on, all the way from when George Feldstein founded our company, was that our product, our hardware will be absolutely the best. Our software will be absolutely the best that it can be. And Mike, you were at the Palisades conference where we had one of our dealer summits. That product, it's actually run still by Crestron, a system that was installed almost 20 years ago. So, that's kind of the first bucket that I look at for smart home technology, is how reliable is your hardware. When you're about to install it inside of your home, if I was to relate it to something that homeowners are more familiar with, it would be like saying, well, would you be okay with your plumbing, just like your iPhone, right? These things are really meant to be replaced every 18 months, but would you be okay with replacing your plumbing or replacing your electrical wiring every 18 months? The answer is probably going to be unanimously no. And that's really how we've looked at our hardware, is it needs to work almost for a lifetime, hence why we have so many lifetime warranties on our products. The second portion is operational efficiency, and I'm giving you a long response to your question there, Robert, but this is really where Ping OS 2 is attacking, I would say, the operational efficiency, because let's be honest, over the decades, we've been known as, the coding software, right, or the coding platform, where you need to have a programmer that's a master grade programmer. And, we still have that piece of our business. And that's what Mike and the 1,000 other residential dealers, they're still able to go out and do some amazing technology and amazing installs using that programming technology. But what Ping OS 2 has allowed us to do and allows our channel to do is go out and do more installations more efficiently. So what do I mean by that? Well, instead of having to do programming, you now are able to crank up your iPad and literally install an entire system, whether it's lighting, shade, digital media, all the way through to audio, attaching all your interface devices such as touch screens, remote controls. You can do all of that with an iPad. And more importantly, for the end user, we now allow them to be able to make their own customizations. If you want a hardy scene, which your original integrator didn't set up, well, that you can now do as an end user. And so those initial two packages or two groups that I call my business, hardware effectiveness or reliability, and then operational efficiency. The third one that, for anyone that was at the dealer summits that you'll be seeing is really, we're talking about that user experience. And you're going to see some iterations of Ping which really bring the user experience to the forefront. And I think that for me, and that for our end users and any end user that's really interested in the smart home world, that's probably the most exciting spot, because to make your system very elegant and for it to be seamless and for it to be customizable at the end user level, I think is a very exciting time for our world.
Right. You mentioned that with Ping, there's still going to be, for the end user, that they'll be able to customize their individual scenes very easily. And it's something we've hit on a little bit today. And with Ping, that'll be an option as well, which I think is huge.
Yeah, look, I mean, people want to be able to play, right? I mean, you've got to allow the end user. I mean, look, when I hate to say it, we get compared to those IoT products that can be bought off a shelf in a brick and mortar store. If I respond back to an end user with no, sorry, I can't do that, your validation or your credibility starts dwindling, and that's something that we've obviously listened to and we want to be able to approach with our dealers.
Phil, I want to say that you have a great point that you're trying to listen, black and white, you have the ability to get to the homeowner and let them make those adjustments. Those other products cannot compete with Crestron. I mean, it's just what you guys offer. Even when I listened to you speak, I was in the call with Vin Bruno the other day, and you said 47 years. He said overcome every objection, which I think was something Mr. Feldstein had said in a meeting or something, and just
remove
that he
every
carried
obstacle.
that with him. Right, and he carried that for the last 10 years, and that's something you implanted to somebody. You guys do that on the same way as the experience side, but what I'm saying is it's much easier for you guys to come back down the ladder than it is for these gadgets that you buy at Target to accommodate. And then they say, some people want their certain device to do this, and they just say it's not going to do it. Where you guys are coming down the other way and say, listen, we want to work with you as well. If that makes sense.
Look, again, you're going into someone's home, right? You're going, the home is someone's castle. It's a retreat. It's their place of, kind of solitude and sanctuary. And, I talk to a variety of different customers. And of course, we as integrators, we're extremely passionate about audio and video, and it's amazing when you talk to customers. I sat with a customer the other day building an amazing house down south, and I was chatting to them, and I was hitting on kind of my usual points, right? Well, what do you like to watch? What do you like to listen? What's your favorite radio station, etc. And I was coming up with blanks every single time. And all it was that their privacy and their security is paramount. And, you see a lot of that push with regards to these IoT products. But what happens when that IoT product runs out of batteries? Or what happens when, your $100 network switch or wireless device goes offline, and then all of a sudden security goes completely out the window? I think one of the guys from Domots just mentioned, with regards to the port forwarding, if you don't have a platform, a foundation to build, a reliable foundation, a credible foundation to be able to build your home on, it's kind of like building your home on sand. And I think that as young kids, we all learned the stories about building your house on sand. It's just not the right way to go. And that's why I'm very proud that Crestron's able to provide such an amazing, reliable platform over the years, and then also be able to complement with varieties of technology, including our partners' technology as well.
Now, something I wanted to add that is value to the homeowner that I think, two things actually, is I want to touch on the warranty. And your warranty,
That's what I was going to ask.
yeah, the warranty, and as someone that experiences, it's so easy. Like,
it's about warranty.
I don't believe I've ever been told no, so, but that's a whole other conversation. But when you start talking about lighting control and investing into a system or your shades or your speakers, and you want something that you want your agreement for warranty to read in English, and basically, as the homeowner, you want to be like, all right, I'm gonna buy this. If it breaks, you got to fix it. It's a very simple equation. And that's the beauty. That's Crestron. It's broken. Don't worry about it. We're gonna send you a new one. It's fine. We're gonna take care of it. And I know Phil's gonna be coming back on, but yeah, here you go, Phil. You're back. And I'm sure you'll say it too, that the warranty is phenomenal. And you gotta imagine. So you're buying a shade. You go and a shade breaks. 10 years later, which I haven't seen a shade break, but let's say by chance some shade breaks, and you're able to get back that shade, meaning you don't have to change the entire architecture to make this one shade work again. You can get back to normal and back to being happy again without huge costs, without changing infrastructure, nothing. Even if something is technically discontinued or not being used anymore, you still get your product back. And I think having warranties like that drives value, because why spend, you touched upon it earlier, why spend money on a control system or lighting system if you're going to have to change it in 5 years? I would love to be able to, and that's what Crestron, that value to the homeowner, that it's like, yeah, you can invest in this and you can have it for the life of your home. You don't have to upgrade if you don't want. And as a Crestron dealer, it's one of the things that it's that love-hate that we upgrade systems not because they fail, but because customers want new stuff. And they always seem to work. Go ahead. I think you had a question.
No, Phil knows you very well. I know the homeowners are starting to get a sense. You look around the corner. Like Mike's always looking really far down the road.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Phil, give us a shout out on warranty. Your thoughts on warranty. I mean, Mike just gave you a sales pitch, but you tell us.
Yeah. Look, I think I need to slip Mike some money or something. But look, with regards to warranty, I think again, being a pioneer of so many things, right? We pioneered this whole lifetime warranty, and Michael said it best. And I think that if any end user is on the line, it's one of those things that yes, it does sound too good to be true, but it really is true. When you can offer a lifetime warranty on lighting, shades, speakers, or when you put together a complete Crestron system, believe it or not, you get, for any product that doesn't have a lifetime warranty associated with it, you actually get an extended 5-year warranty on anything and everything. So controllers, touchscreens, remotes. If it's an entire Crestron system, you get that bumped up to 5 years. I think that, look, it's not to beat our chests and say, we're better than everybody else that we can offer this. But it's really talking, again, go back to those 3 buckets that I mentioned. the first bucket being product reliability. We stand behind every single product that goes out the door. And so, you know, shades, lighting, speakers, those are exceptional products, quality, and, you know, trust me, I mean, when it comes to your end users, you know, shades and speakers, I say that, you know, there's more windows than there are light switches, there's more light switches than there are speakers, there's more speakers than there are TVs. So if you're really a businessman that's in it for, you know, being able to provide the best homeowner experience, which one should you start off with first? And look, you know, I'm looking outside at the moment. It's a beautiful fall day in here in New Jersey, and, you know, I have shades that will come down when it gets too bright. Or if I want to watch TV in my living room with my family, I can bring the shades down, I can dim the lights, my big TV can go on, my sound can go on, and all of a sudden, you know, even though it's freezing cold outside and it's blustery and you don't want to go outside, I just love being home. And that's really what I think, if I'm ending here, that I would end an end user with is, you know, a lot of us love being home. I love being home, especially the amount that I travel. And so, you know, Crestron being able to provide that end-to-end user experience to make you fall in love with your home again is something that is absolutely paramount and something that we tackle every single day.
That's a great answer, Phil. You want to do a lightning round?
Yeah. Mike, you know, Mike invited me out. My team and I, we went to the Crestron headquarters, and you and Mike gave us a tour. We're going to launch that video here in probably another 10 days, but we were so impressed. I mean, genuinely so impressed with everybody there at Crestron. We still are talking about it. I wish everybody could have had that experience. It was very, very unique, and much to, I think, speaks to the, you know, your company's culture and values, and awesome experience. All right, lightning round, real fast. Who listens better than your wife, Alexa, Google, Siri, or Josh?
You have heard this accent, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
You know,
my
Nietzsche's
accent,
watching right now. Be careful.
Nietzsche's got eagle eyes right there. No, I made sure that she went
Hey,
out shopping.
Nietzsche,
Okay,
we all love you.
I gave her the credit card, so she's out shopping, so we're fine. Look, you know, I think the gentleman from Donmont said it best. You know, I love this family that we've created that's been able to generate and create this amazing platform. So Josh, all the way.
All right. If you're gonna listen to or if you're gonna watch a movie, well, okay. So if you're gonna, yeah, if you've got a home theater, are you gonna binge watch? Are you gonna watch a movie, or are you a gamer?
I'm a binge watcher.
Okay. Favorite thing to binge right now?
Currently on Making a Murderer season 2.
Okay. Last question.
Good one.
Do you like music? Do you like 2-channel stereo? Do you like home theater or headphones?
Headphones.
Okay.
I'm terrible, but it's headphones.
Phil, we love it, man. Thank you so much for being on with us. We can't say thank you enough.
But before you run, you're going to have an audience. Hopefully we'll get 100, maybe just more than me and your mom is watching, and we can get some answers from the homeowner. So if you had a question, you could ask a stadium of people, Phil, just to get a question out there and get some feedback back to Crestron. What would that question be to the homeowner?
I think kind of what I finished off that last sentence or that last paragraph that I gave, it would be, you know, why do you love your home, and do you want to fall in love with your home again? Because I think that's the next iteration of smart home technology is fall in love with
why
your
do you
home
love
again.
your home?
You need to pay them off again,
We're
Phil.
gonna
They're
push
clapping
that
for you.
now.
Give them more money.
Yeah.
Now, I'm hoping to get up to Crestron. I heard they had some really good napkins.
Give them more money, Phil. What are you going to pay
Phil,
us?
we
All right,
gotta
Phil.
bring Rob. We gotta bring Rob. I've been promising him forever. I was gonna sneak him in at Crestron. You gotta help me here, buddy.
Anytime
I
you
heard
want.
you got really nice napkins, Phil, and I don't get it.
Dude, I don't know what your problem is. Phil invited me out the first time. All right, Phil. We got to kick
Thank
you off,
you.
bud.
Thank
you
you
so much.
Thank Crestron. We look forward to the following year. All right, Phil.
Oh, man. Sincerely, that experience.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
You rock.
That experience at Crestron was, for all of us, we won't forget it. It was very, very unique. I wish everybody could experience that.